Well, my first experience being published actually came kind of late in my schooling. I didn't try to publish anything until graduate school. So I was just getting ready to graduate, and I said, okay, I have to do this. And I sent out only three submissions, and 2 months later, one came back to me, and it was amazing. I had been so afraid of like rejection, not really of rejection in and of itself, like that's just part of life and the job, but because I felt so personally invested in my own writing. And so the first publication I got was in this journal called Bent Pin Quarterly, which is an online journal, and they sent me a very lovely email saying that they really liked my poem Running Into Things, and it was just, I was ecstatic to see like my name and my poem in print somewhere. So it was pretty amazing. It actually changed quite a bit. In some ways, had I had that kind of experience before I sort of started trying to publish, I think I would have understood a lot better what the process was like. So, getting the opportunity to work with a literary journal sort of helped me understand the enormity of how many writers there are and how much good work is out there. And so if I knew kind of like how in some ways very impersonal, because there's so much volume, I would have taken it less personally. So that was something that is both like freeing and and just kind of like a little daunting, but good to know, because then you're like, oh, okay, I've got this. Like I understand this process. It also really helped me understand how to do a cover letter. Cover letters I always found really difficult and a little bit awkward, but once I started to read them and I could see what was successful and what wasn't, sort of like what was distracting. And so a lot of nuts and bolts things like that, like what actually goes into putting out a journal, all those kinds of like very practical things that we don't think about while we're the writer writing and submitting. Absolutely. I think, first of all, and it's another community of writers. So you're working with other people who are invested in the literary process, who are invested in writing. And so there's that community, and kind of you end up becoming friends and reading other people's work. But also, I have been lucky enough to meet like the editors of journals, the editors of presses, and like through them, right, through connecting to them, I meet all the people they're connected to, or a lot of the people they're connected to. So it's kind of this sort of like lovely literary web in which this is how I find new people that I want to read. And reading is like the best thing you can possibly do to developing as a writer. So that has been enormously helpful to me, as well as just kind of getting to like meet really cool people. In say like creative writing classes, or in just a literary community at the college, or in like a journal, to have different people of different ethnic backgrounds, different racial backgrounds, different genders, different class backgrounds. I mean, that's going to kind of bring a perspective from multiple parts of the world. So in this way, we can sort of look at like the literary environment or the literary product and say, I'm not just talking to like this one small group. Like we can kind of open up to sort of the larger world, and we don't even necessarily know how to do that or what ways to engage with other groups until we actually have that physical, contact experience. And so I think diversity in regards to like a journal where you have a diverse set of people reading the work, your journal is going to reflect that diversity. It's going to reflect that kind of openness to other experiences, and even for ourselves as writers, getting to see the different possibilities for what we have available in regards to the kind of work that we can be writing as well as what we can be reading. Do it because you love doing it. Like, really write the things that you want to write, and really, submit to the journals that you like to read. I mean, this is not, I mean, some people get really famous. We have, some pretty famous people here at UNL, but it took them a long time to get to the, literary fame. And so in the meantime, you just have to love it. I mean, this is a labor of love, and there is some labor. And so to like be okay with that, to say like, yeah, this is going to kind of be a little bit difficult, but the rewards are so much outweigh that kind of difficulty. And so, to love what you're doing, and to, try really hard not to get discouraged, but also to, go ahead and let yourself feel a little bad, go get yourself like I deserve a mocha today kind of thing, but then remember, oh yeah, I love doing this. So even that part of it is worth it.